So on my journey to finding real fulfillment and happiness, there's been two parts of myself that I've really had to evolve. One is the high achiever and the other is the inner critic. And you'd think winning a world title at 19 is pretty cool. However, in the process of doing that, I'd picked up some bad habits. One of them was being like super critical and hard on myself. And I still remember when I first intimately became acquainted with this aspect of myself, I was sitting in one of the Coaching Institute events and Remy Pearson was introducing like a new body of work, and she had us do this visualization where we go out into the future and we meet our future self, and there's a message there to be received from our future self. And I remember getting there, seeing my future self and asking, I think I was like asking their opinion about how I was doing or something like that in terms of like being on track to get to where they are. The message that I got back was, you're doing good and it couldn't be better. And when I came back out of it and were asked to share what we'd experienced, and I shared this, and Remy turns around and looks at me, she's like, that's not your voice. Who is that speaking to you? I remember having this moment where I was like, you're right, that's not my voice. Who is that? And at the time, when I connected with that part of myself, I was like, oh my God, that's my dad talking to me. And she was like, and what if that's not the voice that was driving you anymore? What if you created a loving, kind, compassionate person that was able to be there and show up for you and lovingly encourage you without telling you it can be better? And I was like, oh, so this is like a wild idea that had never crossed my mind before, nor was I even aware that I was still, like the little version of me was still trying to impress the big adult dad that I'd created inside of my head of the standard that I had to live to. And I remember in that moment, it was the most freeing thing. And that was, when I look back at it, the day where I really started unpacking what was driving me to be a high achiever and this inner critic to create a much more loving, kind, and compassionate relationship with myself, where now I get to experience real happiness and fulfillment. And the things that I do go after are because I'm inspired to and I'm excited to, not because I feel like I've got some drill sergeant in my head telling me I should and I need to and it can be better. So I just thought I'd share that to you. Anybody who struggles with the inner critic, ask yourself, whose voice is that? And if I wasn't listening to that voice anymore and I was to listen to my own, how would I like to support myself? It might just change your life.